Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the Planet Crafter on Selenea. Not really sure if it's a moon or a planet. There does seem to be a little bit of confusion regarding that, so I'm just going to say Selenea. We left off here in the last episode and we started doing some boosting because we want to finish this place off, and as you can see, I'm currently at 2.71. We need to get to 5.0 in order to unlock the big dome. I've been doing a lot of work here. Insects and animals have gotten some big boosts. I am going to show you why. I've also been doing some rockets, especially the 5,000 ones. You can see we got heat and pressure at 10,000. I got insects at 5,000. Like I said, we've been doing some stuff. Plants was always up to 5,000. And I did an animal rocket, so I got 1,750 out of that. Yeah, unfortunately, the one that's a bit of a problem is oxygen. There's no big ones, so you can only do like 1,000 at a time, which is, yeah, kind of slow. By the way, give me these. And I'm going to put them back in there. The reason I want those, of course, is so that I can make, where is it? Bioplastic. Yeah, and that means I can only make one. So I'll just take that and we'll put this in here because I'm going to be needing it. Yes, I am. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing. I want to give this place the whammy before I leave. And what I consider to be the whammy is I want to put mammals here. Yes, I know there's already animals. There's actually 3 groups from what I have found. I think we saw in the previous episode there was one here. There's a group here. This is where the ground has come up and there was the chests underneath it. So there was 4 animals over there. There's another spot that's very like that right here. It came up, there was 2 chests, I emptied them out already, and there was 4 animals over there too. What's interesting about this area is sticking out of the ground around here is also obsidian. So if you need obsidian, that's where you can go to get it at this stage. Now, you might notice that you can get the fish eggs here from basically the water collector. I think that's what they call that. Hold on a minute here. The water life collector. That's right. So I did put one down there, and that is how I boosted animals a bit. Yeah, I placed it next to this little island over here. I think I might have emptied this out recently, but let's just take a quick look. All right, so you can see there's actually a fish egg there. It's one of the 1,000 ones. Yeah, no 1,500 ones on this planet. So what I did was I made another fish farm. This one right here, and I put 3 of them in there. I do have more. I'm going to be carrying them to my next location. I will probably be going to Prime next because that one is at the moment the one that is the most behind. There has been an advancement on Aqualus. We will take a look at that in a moment. Now, I do believe in the last episode we ordered some larvae from the trade shuttle, and that is what I put in here. Yeah, all these guys have a trade value because I bought them. This is a 1,400, this is a 1,400, that's a 1,500. So this was a nice boost right there in insects. So the 5,000 rocket did do a lot for that. The animal rocket, which is kind of expensive because it requires genetic material, so I only did 1. 6 of them, actually. That is the genetic material. That was 1,750, so it did boost the animals. So we got a nice boost on those. And it is moving, it's just moving very slowly indeed. And like I said, what I want to do now is I want to do my own mammals. Now, I mentioned that there's 3 places where there's animals on this planet. So I have been frequently visiting them. And as a result, you might notice this container is called genes. Yeah, I have a lot of genes. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the genetic, I believe it's synthesizer. We don't need the extractor, clearly, because we have a lot. I don't think there's anything I actually need to be able to start making the mammals. What we're going to do is we're going to make the enclosure, the feeder. Then we're going to set up a drone facility for feeding the animals on a regular basis because we're going to be leaving. One thing that I have made already This is a tier 2 farm, and you can see that I have beans in there. I believe that's 8, whereas the previous one was 5, so this should definitely do the job. All right, I'm thinking I'm going to put them here. By the way, can I have a genetic material? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yes, there will be a feeder here, and you guys will be free to use that too. Even though I'm guessing they're getting their food from someplace else. Not really sure where that is, though. Maybe they like these little green plants. They just nibble on them. Something like that. Now, once we have everything set up, I will make the genetic... Here, let's start. The genetic synthesizer, I think it is. Where is that? Right, so this guy here is the genetic extractor. We don't need that. We have a lot of materials. We don't have to do any extracting. This one here, the genetic synthesizer. So basically it gives you a DNA strand, and then you plug the genetic material in, and then you put it into the habitat, and poof, you have an animal. That's what we're going to be doing here. And I think at that point, we'll be done. But I did do some exploring. In addition to that location that I pointed out that had the animals, I did find something else. And that something else is way off in a corner. You can't see it, so I think it's over here. I mean, it could be over here, but I think it's over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay a little visit to that location because it could be procedural. What it is there's a little base, and it's got one level. Then there's stairs going down to another level. It's kind of open. In the back, there's a ladder going down. So I'm wondering if that might be some kind of a procedural setup. We'll save some time for that one. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this. So let's see. I hope I have all the parts. It would be very embarrassing if I didn't. All right, the first order of business is we need a home for our little friends. So right here, I have a lermis seed, right? Boy, that would be embarrassing. Yeah, and I do have silk because I set this up. I know I'm going to need 2 of those, so we'll just take those for now. I'm pretty sure I have a lermis seed. That's okay, lerma, right there. There you go. Yeah, those guys are actually useful. All right, what else do I need? All right, I need the circuit board, which is right over here. I need a tier 2 fertilizer, and the gas extractor is specifically for this. Okay, I need a circuit board. And then I need the tier 2 fertilizer, right? And then I need the methane. Yeah, I have this thing set for methane because I know that's what I'm going to need. I think there was one more item that I needed. No, we're pretty much good to go. Although it's going to take one of my water bottles away from me. So I'm just going to grab 2 more. Right, I basically designated this area. There really wasn't a lot of choice because of slopes and such, so I figured this would be a good enough area to do this. All right, so we're going to put this. All right, can I get that rotated a little bit, like there? Boom, there we go. Okay, I think you can put 5 in here. Right. That's going to be the last thing we're going to do. All right, so now I need the feeder. That's the next thing that I need. So what am I going to need for that? All right, another water, of course. The bioplastic, honey, and silk. Yeah. I did have an extra silk on me, right? Yeah, that's right. Bioplastic. The reason I've been making this. I'm growing mushrooms solely so that I can go over here and make them. At one point, I couldn't make them, and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. Yeah, I was out of silicon. That's what the problem was. Out of silicon. All right, so what else do we need here? Circuit board and honey. Yeah, got a lot of circuit boards. And honey is in here. Okay, and I do believe we can make that now. Yes, we can. And of course, we have plenty. I'm going to put it over here. We have plenty of power for this. Okay, and what we're going to need now, of course, is a drone station and a couple of drones. I do believe I have access to tier 2 drones. So we're going to keep that away from our buddies. There's no reason for them to be involved with the robots. So here's what we're going to do. Well, I have to make sure that I have the materials to do that, don't I? All right, let's see. The drone station is up here. Okay, we're going to need a fusion energy cell, osmium super alloy, and circuit boards. But then I have to make the drones too. All right, I believe that I have 2 of these. All right, circuit boards, I need 3 of them. Boom, boom, boom. And then I think it was osmium and super alloy. And there we go. That is ready to go. And of course, you make the drones inside the station. All right, we're just going to put that like right here. Okay, they're examining the area here now. It's like, hey, that looks like it should have food in there. Yeah, just give me a minute or 2. I'll take care of that. All right, so we're going to do like this. The arrow basically indicates where I'm going to be standing. There we go. All right, so now... Okay, I can make... Yeah, I mean, tier 2 drones is what I'm going to do. Explosive powder. There's an interesting thought. I'm not sure about that. Okay, engine, circuit board, super alloy. Explosive, do I? Yep, okay, I'm only making 2. And I need the engines too. And then I need super alloy. Yeah, I wish there was some clams on this planet. I wouldn't mind having more of that. And then, of course, we have circuit boards. Right, hold a second. Okay, could you just click on this, please? Okay, just, like, what is going on with that? There we go. No matter where I was clicking, I kept getting the nameplate. All right. Okay, so let's make a couple of these. And let's make another one. Okay, so they should be... over here? Yeah, they're in storage over here. Okay, I think we do some configuring now. I hope I remember how to do this. All right, let's see. So I think it's this thing demands. This thing demands. Where is the food? There it is. Right. I think this. Okay, I guess that's all I have to do. Okay, where did you go? One of them just decided to take off. Okay, well, you know, that's just kind of done, isn't it? Did he go into the house to get it? Wait a minute. Okay, where did you get the extra one from? Oh! So he came in here and grabbed... I didn't think they could do that. Okay, it doesn't really matter very much. Okay, so we have the whole feeding thing done. All right, now we have to manufacture some guests to keep our little friends over here happy. Okay, hopefully they like the species 2 and 4 because we're going to be making them. I mean, we did get the genetic traits from them in the first place. All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to make, where is it, right here? The genetic synthesizer. Okay, so I need magnetar, blazar, quartz. Blazar, magnetar, quartz. Is that the ones that I needed? Hold on a minute. Right, okay, so now I need a tier 4 mutagen. Okay, we're doing that same thing again. Okay, tier 4 mutagen. And then what I needed is the super alloy rod and a circuit board. I did take one, right? Yes, I did. How did those end up in my inventory? I don't quite remember doing that. All right, let's see. Now this one, of course, is going to be in here. And I might as well just do it on this level because that's where the genes are. All right, so Actually, can I fit it over there? That would probably be a better idea since it's right there. Okay, I'm not really sure what just happened with that. Alright, so here's the thing. There are certain spots that are mandatory here, and there's certain spots that are not. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab what we want in terms of good stuff and bad stuff. For instance, I don't want any size 1s. Yeah, there's no reason for that. We want big guys and gals. Alright, first things first. 1, 2... How many? We'll start with 4 and see how that works. Right? And then, of course, we just need colors. So we need the A, and then we also need B. So I'm just going to grab some here. And then, of course, we have some skin patterns. Just grab a nice little selection of them. And then, of course, we have these other skin patterns. I think the second one is optional. All right. And then, of course, we have some variants. Okay, I got a 2, a 3. That's another 3, a 4, a 5. Okay, so that's good. All right, now we have bioluminescence. Maybe I want to make them as bright as possible. Of course, I don't know if that's the way it works out. All right, tell you what, we'll take a 10, 9, 9, 7, something like that. And of course, we have size. Yeah, I don't know about 1s. Why don't we just go for the big ones? Theoretically speaking. Okay, so let's start making some friends. Right, obviously you need the species first. So let's start with the native one, 8. All right, so what do we need here? Then we need a, we need an A, and then we need a B, right? And that's the colors right there. So then we need, I'm just going to go with both skin patterns because I have so many. That one and then that one. All right, and a variant of the species. We'll use 2 because why not? And then we have bioluminescence, and then we have size. So we'll give this one the 10, and in terms of the size, we'll give it a 5. Okay, and boom. There is our first creature DNA. All right, so that's in my inventory right there. All right, and boom, there we go. All right, so we have 4 new creatures for this planet. Hopefully it will do nothing horrible and terrible. All right, let's throw them in one at a time so we can meet them. Okay, obviously he's very similar because he's the same species. See, he's actually species 8. So he's getting to know his new home here. All right, so let's throw this one in. This one is... Can't really see too well there. Okay, you are species number 2. Okay, welcome to this planet. You are the first of your kind. All right, let's see. Then we have this one here. Okay, that is species 4. All right, they're traveling pretty well considering how old they are. Of course, they'll grow over time, won't they? All right, and the final one, which is another of the normal one, although his variant does make him unique, doesn't it? Okay, hopefully they're going to get along well with the current residents. All right, and of course there's a lot of food, and it's all automated. So we can leave them, and things will be going good. All right, now here's the question that I have. This is doing 551,000 in terms of animals, grams per second. So this is a massive boost to animals. As a matter of fact, I might want to consider putting a 5th one in here. So let's just take a quick look. Yeah, animals. The thing is, I have so much boosting going on. I think it's still better than the best one we have down here. Because the boost is taking place because of a number of reasons here. Where is... Not this one. This one. This is the better one. Right, this is 257,000. And this one has the good egg in it for animals. So that one is doing a massive boost. So I think it would be a good idea to add a 5th one. So that's what we're going to do. As long as I have one of each, we should be able to do this. All right, so I need... What do I have here? That's a variant. All right, so I need a species. I need an A as well. We'll take an A color. I think we have a size. We do have a bioluminescence. I have a variant too, right? Do I have a variant? Well, I have one now. And I'm not sure. I'll take the bioluminescence over here. All right, let's see if we can do a complete one here. First of all, sort them because they do sort in the right order. All right, throw him in, throw that in, right? And that one. Oh, I don't have the other skin pattern. And I'm pretty sure that I do have them. 2. Okay, that one there. Then there is a variant in here too, right? Variant number 3. Okay, bioluminescence. And then size 3. Boom. Oh, I didn't grab it. There we go. Yeah, so this is a massive boost to animals. So we'll throw him in. Where are you? Okay, there he is. He's a little more shy than the others. Okay, now I'm getting 689,000. And it's giving me a 5,000 bonus. I'm guessing that each one of them is giving me a bonus. I'm guessing that's the way that works out. Can I look at them? Right, animal multiplier 1,000. So each one of them is giving me 1,000, so I got a 5,000 bonus. Right, so that's definitely worthwhile. And I can basically just turn around and leave now because they are going to be able to take care of themselves. All right, so I'm at 2.9 right now. All right, so I'll put these other ones away. So petting animals definitely has its benefit, doesn't it? All right, so here's what I want to do now. I mentioned that we found something. I'm going to take a bunch of these with me because there's no water where I'm going. Beans. And I'll grab some water on the way. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go, as I said, all the way... I'm pretty sure it's over here. If it isn't, I will show you. But, of course, I have a long trip to do now. And it's a boring trip. And as you can see, my location was correct. So if you look at it right here, you can't really see it unless you are nearby. But there it is right there if you're looking for it. All right, was that an escape vessel right there? Well, the fact that it's still here means that nobody escaped. That's the thing about escape rockets, isn't it? Now, I did poke my head in because there was some debris. You know, the standard that there's something you have to get rid of and you get iron for it. You know, those fallen beams. And when I looked down here, I did see that there was a stair. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't want to see anything until we all see it together. Okay, but we are here now. I'm thinking that's a tier 2. Yeah, that's a tier 2 here. Okay, there's buttons. So I don't know if you can turn anything on over here. Nothing? Nope. Okay, let's go on down. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot here, which tells me that down there is where stuff is. However, this does look like that's a lot of circuit boards just sitting right there. All right, let's go down. Okay, now is this a full procedural? If it is, I will be following my stick to the right wall. Okay, I'll take this. I'll leave the food behind. It might be good later. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how big this is going to be. Nothing here. Okay, what do you have? Oh, Terra tokens. More Terra tokens. Not a lot of them, but Terra tokens. I'll take the tier 4 because I have so many of the others. And of course, I can get nitrogen if I want. I hope I don't get lost in here. That would be very embarrassing. Okay, that means that there's going to be a place that wants the fusion cells. Okay, that's 100. That's 100. I'll take the obsidian. I got a lot of circuit boards. We'll just leave them. I don't want to get too loaded down, you know? Yeah, these will open up in the case of like putting in the fusion cells. So there's probably a reactor around. I'm not going to be doing that, but we can at least see where it is. All right, we came from that direction, so let's go up here. All right. Take that. You know, I actually don't have any more of those. I had to pull one of them out in order to put it into the farm. I'll always take the quartz. Get up. All right. Put that down there. Okay. There's nothing else up here. Can I take these apart? Yeah, you would basically take these guys apart so that you can build them. You'll learn how to do them. All right, what do you have in here? Just 100? I keep getting these, but they're only 100. Where's like the 5,000s? I got a lot of fertilizer. All right, I'm just gonna leave those. I can always come back. But I mean, I have so many of them that it's just not an issue. Are these? They're not. I can't take them apart. Oh, is there a... Yep, there is. There's an access card. All right. Okay, well, at least that one's 1,000. At least that one is 1,000. I'll take the obsidian. Tier 2, tier... I don't need... I have tons of those. And I see this is going to be another access card. Which means there's going to be a vault. Going around here. All right, we were already up there. So let's keep the wall. I looked in there, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. 1,500. I'll take the super alloy. As I mentioned, I wish I had more of it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. But I do seem to remember there's not... Oh, that's something. That there's not a lot in here. I will take that. I will take that. Don't really need those. I have a lot of them. Okay, anything up here? Ooh. Spacesuits. Okay, 100. 100. I'll take that one. And I'll take the solar quartz, of course. I'll just take that one in case. Oh! How could I leave explosive powder behind? No, 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 no. Absolutely not. No way. All right, is there anything up here? There is indeed. Lots of tools over there. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I just don't need the rest of that. I don't see anything else. All right, hopefully we can get back on track. All right, keep this on the wall over here. Okay, hydration. Thankfully, I took a bunch of them with me, didn't I? All right, let's go. Wall on the right, wall on the right. Can I get through there, please? I guess I gotta jump over here. Oh, there's something I want. I doubt that this place is gonna open with one. I'm just gonna say that. All right, is this a little corner here? Wait, hold on a second. Take that one. Take that one. I'm gonna eat one of those. Yeah, I might as well just take the other one too. I'm gonna leave the obsidian. Oh, what am I looking at? Yeah, these things don't usually give you the iron back. This is unusual. All right, in that case, I can actually take that. All right, let's just go this way. Oh, yeah, that's something I want, pulsar quartz. And I'm actually starting to run low on those. So that's not a bad idea, too. Yeah, I do have a lot of the other ones. Yeah, normally the procedurally generated ones don't give you the iron because you'll be buried in it, which is what was happening to me. I was getting buried in it. All right, come on. Oh, okay, so is it 2? This is the vault. All right, is it 2 you need? Yes, it is. So we'll put that in there, we'll put that in there, and then this opens. How many volts? Ay, 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 ay. I mean, it's great, but wow, that's, yeah, 6 is quite a lot. All right, well, let's just see what we have. First of all, I will definitely always take those. All right, we'll take these. I don't need those. We'll take that. Oh my goodness. Okay, 100, 100, 500, 1,000. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, I don't really need the food. I'm just going to use the regular food. I don't really need a boost from them, you know? Okay, what do we have here? We have 100, we have 100. Growth multiplier fuse. It's a tier 3. I have a bunch of those. I really don't need any more. Let's see what else is here. Okay, 5,000. Now you're talking. All right, and I actually have a lot of fuse cartridges here. Tier 4 mutagen is good. The growth, I can take it apart and get good parts for that, and I will also take that. I will definitely take those. As I said, I'm kind of running low on them. And there's another 1,000. And the growth 1. And the uranium rod. How am I doing? Okay, I'm up to 118,100 again. I did buy some things. Last one. Okay, what we got here? We got 100, 100. Production. Yeah, those are not really useful to me. And I kind of... Well, I could sell those. They're 5,000 each. Okay, in that case, they are useful. Oh, and that is useful too. Is it possible that there is a fusion generator that needs just 2 of those? All right, you know, I'm not going to eat that. That'd be kind of a waste. All right, so is that it? Are we done? In terms of, is this just going to lead me to the door? Because there's no more cards. We got the vault. Here, turn that off. And we were just over here a moment ago looking at both of these. And there's nothing here. So I'm hoping this leads me out. That's the way we came in? Maybe. Hold on a second. Okay, we've got 100 there. I mean, a tier 3, I could justify carrying a tier 3. And I'm just going to do that for the moment. Right, okay. Well, I didn't see a generator. Okay, maybe it's this way. All right, hold on a second. That's going to drop on the ground. Yeah. Because I don't have any room for that. All right, let's look around here first. All right, nothing here. Let's just go around that one. Yeah, we got more. Okay, so what do we have here? Is there anything? Yeah, you know what? Oh, what am I talking about? I still have this iron. So we'll take the super alloy. The rest of it, I have a lot of them. Okay, we have one here. Super alloy rod. Sounds like a really good idea. I'm going to drink one of these waters. I mean, I can always come back here, you know? Normally what I would do is I'm carrying the vehicle. I am carrying the vehicle, right? Did I leave it somewhere? I guess maybe I did because I don't see it here. I would leave it outside and just fill it up and then summon it back. All right, we already looked down there. Okay, so this should be the way out. First things first, what do we have over here? Anything interesting? Well, that's definitely useful. That's useful as well. Osmium rod would probably be a good idea. What do I not need any more of? I mean, I could put one of the obsidians behind. I do have a bunch of them. I don't know if I need any more. And I can't come back. Okay, but that's easy. You can just grab those. Yeah, the growth ones, I think we're good to go with that. Here, let me just go around here. I mean, we should be able to find the way out here. Because I don't remember seeing a side place. Wait a minute here. Oh, I think that there was a way. No, there isn't a way over there. Maybe it's down below. Nothing there. This is a dead end. So let me go back up. Because otherwise I'm a little confused. Huh. Am I trapped? Let's see. Staying to the right. Okay, have I been over here? Yes, I have. Alright, let's go back and see if there was a turn that I missed. Alright, we looked there. Oh, right! We came up this stair, didn't we? I have not been over here. Let's leave that for now. And I would really like to have the explosive powder. Alright, put that behind and I'll take the explosive powder. I can leave the quartz behind for now. Like I said, I could always come back for it. And these guys, I believe I could take these apart. Right, I can take those apart. Alright, let's see. I will definitely take that. Yeah, I'm getting to the point now. That's going to drop on the ground. There's at least 4 of those. Now there's 5. See, when you would put cells into a... let me put this in there. Oh, good stuff. And activate a reactor, it would open doors like that. Now, I do actually need the solar quartz. Do I want to drink the other water? All right, we'll drink the water and we'll take that. All right, there's nowhere we can go down here. I'm thinking at this point we just go back down the stair and go out that way. Because I think that that's what we're supposed to do. Have I been here? No, I have not. Yeah, when I saw the Volnus, I was thinking, I don't remember seeing a Volnus here. The thing is, I can't think of anything. Oh, except of course for the iron. Put the Volnus down there. Can't think of anything else I would leave behind. Oh, yeah, okay, so here's the thing. How many does it need? It only needs 1. You know what the problem with doing that is? The problem with doing that is that I can't carry anything. So what that's going to do is if I put 1 of these guys in there, it's going to open up and there'll be good stuff behind it, like a vault. The thing is that I've seen... Oh, there we go. We're out. I've seen at least 5 of those doors, and theoretically speaking, all of them could open. And obviously, I do not have the carrying capacity for that. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure what I did with my vehicle. I'm gonna have to check the boxes there, the lockers, and see if they're there. Anyway, there it is. That is where the procedurally generated wreck is. I guess we're just going to call it a wreck because it's technically a base. It's not a vehicle. And yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. More so than I can actually carry, that's for sure. So normally what I do when I did this on stream a lot is I would bring the vehicle with me, I would load it up, and then I would summon it back with a station. But of course I don't have the station here. But you know, the station isn't very expensive in the first place. Let me see, where is that again? I don't see it here. It's the place where, is this it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is, the vehicle station. Yeah, I mean, look, 3 aluminum, 2 super alloy, and iridium rod, not very expensive at all. I could very well do that. There was a lot of good stuff there, and like I said, it only requires 1 of the fusion cells to open it up, and it did give me 2 of them. But anyway, I think that is going to be it. So things are going good here. I can see at the top we're approaching 3.1, or currently 3.09. So if we just leave at this point, I think it will make its way to a 5.0 so that we can eventually get the big dome. I can't think of anything else to do here to do any boosting. I could send a couple more rockets up. Maybe I will do that. But I think that's about it. Now, in terms of the next location, like I said, I'd like to work on Prime, but I have a choice. Either I go to Humble first and make some of the creatures that we just made, or basically make them here before going there. And I think that's probably the best idea. I could just basically gather more genetic parts and make a bunch of them and just have them in a storage container if I can't fit them on me. But I'm pretty sure I can fit them on me. And I shouldn't have any problem getting everything, since I can just summon them from other locations to make things like the drone station and the habitat and such like that. So that's the one we need to work on next. And yeah, we've seen that there's some activity going on Aquilus. Aquilus is actually on the final phase now. Isn't that right, guys? By the way, I have no space, so I can't gather anything. If we look at Aquilus right now, you can see that it's in the final stage right now. So it's currently 1.58 TTI, and it's working its way towards 7. We did a lot of stuff there. We didn't put mammals there, though. But that is probably something that we're going to have to do if we want to get the final oomph. But I gotta tell you, the final reward here is Quasar Quartz. It's not exactly something that I have a problem with, if you know what I mean. And if you look back at Humble, and you even look at Prime, I have double-digit counts for them. So it's not as critical. I want the dome. And that means we have to finish this one. But we do have to work on Prime too, because it's like 2 stages behind. Yeah, it's like 2 stages behind. So it needs a lot of help. I'm going to have to carry a whole bunch of those eggs back, you know, those fish eggs and such. Yeah, because Prime at the moment, yeah, that's the one that's a bit on the behind side. And I can't count on getting mammals there because the stage would have to be finished. So I will make some and I will transport them with me. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Maybe say something in the comments for the great God algorithm. And of course, subscribing is a great way to show your support. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.